Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of All the Mods Remixed. Last episode we decided where we was going to settle down, and this episode I want to get into some tools because, you know, we don't really have any. So I want to get a Tinkers Smeltery sort of like up and running and kind of get that sorted, and for that I'm going to need some clay, some gravel and some sand. Now I've gathered the clay, but I haven't gathered the gravel or the sand yet. But I wanted to show you this. I did actually make another bonsai tree. Part of this one doing oak wood, so we've got a little bit of a variety. And I want to kind of like pick the place where we're gonna settle down. And I'm thinking on top of this hill here might be a nice place to put the smeltery. You know, we would probably clear out this layer just so it's a little bit more flat, which is going to take a little bit of time, but I can do that when we're ready to move up here. I think what I'll do just now is just clear out to about here so we've got enough room to put the smeltery. So I need to gather some sand, I need to gather some gravel, and if you don't know how to... And of course, it rains. Isn't that just the law, isn't it? That is sod's law, that is. It's always going to rain. I also want to try and grab myself some wool so we can make a bed so I can actually sleep through the night. But yeah, if we go here, you can see we've got grout. This is how we make the Tinkers Smeltery. So this is what I need to gather up this here. And I like to gather up 4 stacks of each. So 4 stacks of sand, 4 stacks of gravel, and a stack of clay. I've already got the clay, like I said. So I'm going to go and grab myself some gravel. I think there's some over there. I'm going to gather myself some sand, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. Welcome back, and I've got sand and I've got the gravel, and we can just toss all of this in. It doesn't really matter, it's shapeless, so you can do that. And then this should get us 8 stacks, and I've also got 8 furnaces up here with some tiny charcoal in it, so I won't have to wait too long for this to do. Just a little bit. I've been smelting up the wood from the tree farms to get the charcoal, so we don't really have too much in the way of things here. But while this does, I want to go out and see if I can find myself some shears. Not some shears, actually. Nope. Sometimes there are other shears. There's clay shears, dark shears, wooden shears, no stone shears. Okay. So what's the clay shears? That's easy enough. We'll do that. So that and that gets us those, and we can fire you in there. And then we can go and try and find ourselves some wool. So if you actually go onto the journey map here, you go into options. You can change these mob displays to icons. And what that'll do is, if you can see on my map up here, you'll see that we now have mobs displayed as icons. Okay, so we should now be able to shear sheep with this, I would imagine. So we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure, see if we can find some sheepies. I mean, I imagine that there's got to be some somewhere relatively close by. Is that some over there? Maybe we'll find some interesting stuff out here on our journeys. I don't want to go... Hello, what's this? Okay, we'll have to come back there. I'm actually going to mark that. Waypoint. New mob house. Let's see if I can spell house correctly. Okay. And the reason I want sheep is because I literally am tired of constantly having to wait for it to be morning. I'd really like the luxury of sleeping the night away. And I'm curious what this red thing is over here that just vanished. I believe these are llamas. We got some llamas over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have a little bit of a look. Oh, there's a purple slime island there. That's actually kind of useful. There's deer here. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a roam around, see if I can find some sheepies, and I will come back to you. Looking back, and I got the... Well, I'll show you in a minute on the map exactly where I found the sheep. They weren't too far away. There was a little bit of a trek, but not too far. Okay, so if we take our bed, we can put our bed down, and we can actually sleep now, so we don't have to worry about the night. Because the night, bleh, Worst part of Minecraft for anybody, any player. Especially in 1.13 with the new phantom mobs. Now, thankfully, I haven't actually come across the phantom mobs yet. But they are a bit of a pain on multiplayer servers, and I do play on a multiplayer server, but I'm usually on in the morning UK time, and most of the server people are American, so they're not on, so I'm usually able to sleep. But yeah, so if we look at the map, I found a couple of things actually. So if we... Oh, it's going to show me because I'm in a cave. Let's get out of the cave. That way I can actually show you. Okay. Still showing me the cave. No. Okay. Well, I found them over that way. I did find a mob spawner over there, a spider spawner under a tree, and I thought that'll be good for when we're creating like an enderman farm or something, a bit of a lag spike. There we go. Clearing itself up. And I did kill some pigs, I got some meat as well, so we'll probably be changing our diet relatively soon. But how close are you to being finished? Not even close. So I think I'm just going to go and do some mining beneath the surface for a little bit. I got my pickaxes. I've got my mine little shaft down here. Oh, yes, there are diamonds down here. I wanted to actually... I like mining my first set of diamonds on camera. I don't know, it's kind of like the big step in Minecraft, isn't it? When you find your diamonds. People are all excited. It's your first lot of diamonds, and you're super excited when you find your first diamonds in the world. But then once you got your diamond gear all sorted, you know, you don't really worry too much about it. So, we go down here. It's a bit of a strip mine. But could have... Oh, no, they're here, look. Yeah, there we are. I knew there was somewhere here. So, we'll see how many diamonds we get. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds. Ooh, that's handy. Some lapis right behind it. I didn't actually know this was here. But I'll take it. There we go. So yeah, this is a strip mine. I'm just kind of going in this way. I don't think there are any more diamonds. I don't think I found any more diamonds now. I'm not worrying too much about coal. I'm mainly looking for stuff like iron and that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to get to some more mining. Well, what's this? Barren ore. And I'll be back with you in a little while. Welcome back, guys. And I've got now these seared brick. And what we're going to do is it's going to be... I always forget like how big the large one is now. But I think we'll be good with 6, I think. Of these. So we're going to make these. These are called drains, I believe. Yep, smeltery drain. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And we're going to have 6 of these. But then we need to make what's called a smeltery controller. Which is this thing. We only need 1 of these. Okay. Then I want to make 3 of these. And these are casting trays. Casting table. And then 3 of the casting basin. Okay. And then for each of those we're going to need 1 of these. So we want to make 6 of these. If it would just stop being a bit laggy on me, that would be super. And then I believe we can just go ahead and make the rest into seared brick. But just in case I have made a small mistake, because I have forgot one thing. We need this glass. And we need to make... I'm going to make 4 seared tanks. Like this. Is that not right? Seared tank. I've put the brick block in, not this. Small mistake. Okay. So we need to fill these with lava, and I do have 3 iron ingots somewhere. There it is. And these work like a tank. You can carry fluid with them. So if we go down to my mine, like so, we should be able to find some lava. We should be able to put some lava in here. For a second there, I had a little bit of a mini heart attack. I thought my mic was muted. But anyway, yeah. I think I've got most of everything. There may be a couple of things that I've forgotten, and we can get to those as and when. But the reason that I do 4 seared tanks, you only need the 1. You only need the 1. And you don't need to make it as big as I'm making it. You can make it as small as long as you get all of these kind of components there. So as you can see, I did do a reasonable amount of mining, about 20 minutes. I do want to do an hour mining session. Mumbo does it and he time lapses in. It looks really cool. So I think I might adopt that. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pop our seed tanks like right here. And then we can just go like this. Got ourselves some lava. And just a little bit of back and forth action. You fit 4 buckets of lava per 1 tank. And the Tinkers Smeltery, it doesn't go through it that quickly, but with 1 tank you will definitely be refilling it at a reasonable rate. With 4, we'll probably only have to do this a handful of times, and by the time it comes to needing to refill it again, we may be able to get ourselves a drum and hook a drum up to it. But yeah, so I'm going to do this, just right click and put the lava in these tanks. Then I'm going to go and get all of this sort of ready to put down and set up, and then I'll bring you back when I'm ready to put the smeltery together. So, putting the smeltery together is kind of a simple process, and I'm only going to make that. So first of all, you need a base. Okay, this can be 1, 3, 5, or 7. We're going to go with 5 by 5. Just because... Oh, should we go with a 7 by 7? No, we'll go with a 5 by 5. Like so. This is 5 by 5, right? Yep. Yep. And you need to fill this all in with seared brick. And then we want to go around the outside. You don't need the corners. You can put them in if it makes you feel a little bit better. Like so. And this is it. And then we're going to start adding to it. So this is your smeltery. You can make this, like I said, up to 7 in the middle. Big. We've got 5. You can do this with just 1 block in the middle and these around the outside. But to make it work, what you need to do is you need to add a controller. Like so to it. Okay. And right now this controller isn't going to do anything because it's not registering this as a complete smeltery. Okay, but I actually don't want my controller here. I'd like my controller over here. And you can put this anywhere you want. It doesn't have to go in the center. You can put it over here. You know, it's literally completely up to you. Okay, and then we need to add a seared tank. Okay, you only need to add 1, but you can add multiple if you want. Now, you don't need to actually do this, what I'm doing here, put the seared brick down here. But when the tank is empty, you can see through the bottom of it. You kind of see dirt and grass, and it looks horrible. And now you can see this is now sort of like registering that, hey, you know what, this is an actual smeltery. Give me those back. So how does it work? Well, it smelts alloys, and it doubles the alloys that it smelts. So if we go over here, we grab ourselves... we're going to need some gold. Yep, and I do have some more iron somewhere. There it is. I actually don't have as much iron as I would like, but... I mean, it is what it is. We've got a reasonable amount, so let's just grab these because I'm going to need them. Okay, so if we go up here, back to our smeltery. If we were to smelt 1 iron ore, but you know what, we'll do it with a gold ore. Okay, if we were to smelt this in a furnace, we'd get 1 ingot. But if we put it in here, what it does is it will go down. Some of them go really fast. Some of them, they do take a reasonable amount of time. But I think there are ways to speed it up. But I'm not 100% certain on that. I'm going to have to research it. But this will turn into 2 ingots in here. We'll have double. So if we just give this a little bit of a time, it should be done relatively soon. There you go, look, if we hover over it, it says 2 ingots. So how do we get this out? That's where these drains come in handy. Okay, and again, these ones you could put anywhere, you can... But bear in mind, if you're doing it like I'm doing it on here, on the second row, you are going to have to build the smeltery up another row, but we'll get into building it up in just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these here like so. And then we're going to take this casting table, and we're going to put it here. Now, we want to get ingots out, but I actually need to sleep real quickly. But that's okay, because I actually wanted to make myself a couple more things, actually, while I'm down here. I want to make myself 4 more of these. Like so. There we go. So we'll just give this a quick sleep. And we're going to get into making some tools using this thing as well, because you can make some really cool tools using it. Is my music and sound down? No, just feels like it. Okay. So now we've done that, where's my smeltery drain? And I'm going to pop one of these here like so. And I'll make some more tables. And you can use this to make more seared brick, by the way. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But we're going to take this casting basin and we're going to pop these down here. Okay, so we want to get this out. Now, we can make what's called a cast in here. And I'm going to take a seared brick. You can take anything, an ingot. And I'm going to right click, and as you can see, nothing is happening. That's because it's not registering this layer as part of the smeltery. We need to tell the smeltery that, hey, you know what, this layer is part of it. And we do that by just taking some seared brick and building the smeltery upper layer. Now, I don't know what the final height requirement of this thing is, but you can build it up pretty high. And each block inside of it, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So 25 blocks on the bottom layer, 25 on the top, for a grand total of 50. That's how many items it can smelt at once. You can put 50 ores in here to get it to smelt down at once. You build it up again, you get an additional 25. By the way, now we've built it up, we can pour. And once we've poured, I'm actually going to get rid of this and this. And say, hey, you know what? It's not going to let me pick block. I want to put another tank here. So we've got an additional set of lava. And now we've got this ingot cast, which means we can cast ourselves ingots. Now, I'll obviously use 2. I'm going to actually put all of this gold in there because we are going to make ourselves some tools. And to start making tools, we're going to need something called a pattern, which is this thing here, blank pattern. Okay. And now we're going to need to make ourselves a few things. The first thing we're going to want is a crafting table with a pattern above it to get what's called a tool station. And this is where we kind of make all of our tools. But if you look here, it shows us parts, the parts we need for our tools. Okay, so we need to sort of make ourselves some tools. And for that, we need to make what's called the stencil table. And we are going to take the stencil table. And as you can see, we've got all of these stencil tables here. Now we can pop this in here. We can make ourselves all of these stencils, okay? And this is what I like to do. I like to make myself all of the stencils right off the bat so I've got them all. And I don't really have to worry too much. Although, for the sake of this video, I'm only going to make it to the important ones. Which is just to here. We want the tool rod patterns like so. We want the wide guard pattern. And we want these ones. And we want the plate pattern. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to create something else. We need to take a log. And we need to take a... Oops. I've left all of my stencils in here. So we need to take a log and a stencil. Where are we? Where's my stencil? There it is. And this creates what's called a part builder. And this builds our parts for us. So if we were to... Actually, before I do that, let's just make a couple of other things. Let's make some... What are they called? Life choices. Ease of life operations. So if we right click this, we can make a chest. And if you take a chest and you put a blank pattern above the chest, like so, you get a pattern chest. Oh, this has changed. And this stores all of these patterns. And that just means that you can literally click here to get them. It's super easy. So I'm actually going to need some for this, I'm going to need some more cobblestone. Now, you can make tools out of various amounts of resources, including flint. But we're gonna make them out of iron. I don't know how many we're gonna get because our iron resources are low. But I definitely want to get a pickaxe and a sword. That's the goal. So I'm actually gonna chuck my iron in here. So if we look at this, tool station, we go to the pickaxe, we know we need a pickaxe head, a binding, and a tool rod. So, pickaxe head, we can put our material in here, we can make ourselves a pickaxe head, we'll make 2. We can make ourselves the stone tool rod, again, we'll make ourselves 2. And we can also make ourselves a stone binding, again, we'll make 2, just for the sake of this tutorial. Now, if we go to the tool station and we click this, we can actually pop these parts in and get ourselves a stone pickaxe. And these, they do break, but they don't break permanently. If you were to break this tool while using it, it would appear in your inventory as with the sort of like tag there where it says cheapskate as broken. And you could just come back to this tool station, you just drop it in like so. Actually, if I mine a quick thing with this, there we go. If I bring it back to the tool station, I can drop this in there. I can drop in a piece of cobblestone and I can repair it, but it's only got a durability of 16, so it's kind of terrible. What we want is we want a better pickaxe. So we're going to make ourselves a better pickaxe. We're going to take this here. We're going to take these parts and we are going to put them in here. And we're going to say, okay, we want gold. Now gold is on the bottom. Now if gold wasn't on the bottom, like iron's on the bottom, you just click it and it changes where it is. And we're going to say, okay, make me casts. And we're going to pour casts around these parts. Now this will destroy these parts. Okay, but now we've got the casts. We can say, okay, let's take ourselves some iron. Pour ourselves these into iron parts. Get ourselves the iron parts. Like so. Go over here. Click this. And now we've got a durability of 276. And we can call this Casey's pick. And now we have ourselves an iron pick. And this is actually kind of cool because this comes with a little bit of like an enchant. Oh, it actually doesn't say there. Does it say in here? Yes, we've got what's called magnetic 3. Now different parts and different tools, it's made of tool parts. If we actually go here, we just type in, I don't know, let's type in pickaxe head. You can see all of these, and if you hold shift, it will tell you sort of a little bit about them. Crumbling, slimy, sharp, and these all do different things. All do different things. And the magnetic one is like having a magnet. As you can see, it's starting to pull that towards us, or not. So if we're in a reasonable distance to it, we'll pick it up. But if we're not, like if we're here, oh no, that doesn't work. But it's really cool to have when you're going in mining. It means you don't really miss anything. We got a berry. But we can do this with a bunch of tools. Now, I actually want to make myself another casting basin and another casting basin. Now, we put these casting basins over here, but we didn't really do anything with it. I'm actually going to just do this and have this one set up like so. Take the faucet. Now, these will hold a block. So, yep, we got more than a block in there. So if we right click, this is going to fill this up and this will make us a block of iron. This is how you can get a block out. Now, you can automate this process, but unfortunately, I don't really have the resources nor the time to do it right now. So I think between episodes, I'm going to go do some more mining. I'm going to get myself some more iron. I'm going to make myself a full set of iron tools. I'm going to make all the ones that we can make here. I'm going to make a pickaxe. I'm going to make a spade. I'm going to make an axe. And I'm going to make this broadsword. I'm not going to worry about a mallet or a hoe or anything. And there's our iron lock. But unfortunately, I'm making iron tools, so I actually want this in here. Now, you can make casts out of other things other than gold, but I just find gold the easiest. So yeah, I hope you kind of enjoyed this little bit of a tutorial about this. We can actually go ahead and see if we can build this up one more. We'll probably be able to get one more out of it. Let's see, we got 10 more. And yeah, because it's 5 each side, isn't it? There we go, look. Cool. Like I said, you can actually... Is it in this pack? Because... No. Okay, so you need a chisel to actually change this. Some packs, you can just put this here and it will change it. You can go between different seared bricks. You can also use seared glass. That allows you to see inside of the smeltery. It's quite pretty. But, oh, yes, before I go. If you actually take some cobblestone and you put some cobblestone in here, we'll just put 4 pieces in. This cobble will smelt into seared brick. And you can just take the seared brick out using one of these faucets. Now, we are going to automate this at some point in the near future. Just this one. We're not going to automate these ones. But we'll automate this one. Have a little chest so it comes there. But I need some lead and I need some tin and some other little bits and bobs first. And I think that's a nice little thing for the next episode. But I wouldn't throw all your alloys in here. Or your irons and your metals in here, because some do alloy together. You put gold and silver in here, it's going to turn to electrum and you'll lose gold and silver. You'll just have electrum. So be a bit wary of that kind of stuff. But I want to show you this because this is just an easier way to get, you know, once you've got a smeltery, you don't have to go and gather. Here we are, look, seared stone. 1 ingot's worth. And we can put that in here. You can actually do it into here and you'll get yourself a seared brick. 1 cobblestone makes 1 brick, so it takes 9 to fill this up. Sorry, 4 to fill this up, doesn't it? Yes, because it's only 4. Oh, that's not actually what I wanted out of there. But yeah, and you can't put damage tools in here, but you used to be able to put full tools in there. I'm not sure if that's a thing in this pack. Some packs it is, some packs it's not. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like. And click subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, I'm Casey. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.